listening to The Whisper Poet. This is your host coming to you live from your favorite ASMR station. Happy listening and sweet dreams.
You are now listening to The Whisper Poet. I'm your host, coming to you live from your favorite ASMR station. In tonight's episode, we are going to be discussing Beyoncé's latest album release, Renaissance. I'm trying something new out with lighting, so if you guys like this color or this type of lighting for my videos going forward, let me know. Alright, so I'm really excited to talk about today's video. I listened to Renaissance the day it came out, which was July 29th, 2022, so I'm about a month late, but I waited on purpose. I absolutely loved Renaissance. It was such a brilliant album, and it's very feel good. It's very, like uplifting. The music, the songs in it are really uplifting, and they make you feel like just taking off on a trip somewhere, or falling in love, or just dancing. Like it's very uplifting, which I really love. And I think we need art during this dark times that we're in. We need art to help uplift the collective people, humanity. So a few of my favorites from the album, I would say, I have 5 favorites that have just been on repeat since it came out. Firstly, we have, and this is in no particular order, not my top 5 ranked, but these are just my 5 favorites. Alien Superstar, Alien Superstar, Alien Superstar. And this is one that, one of the first ones that went viral on TikTok. Like, everybody was using it for their videos. It feels like something you would hear playing at a fashion show, which I like. It's very, it reminds me, in terms of the vibe, it reminds me a little bit of Vogue, Madonna's Vogue. So yeah, we have Alien Superstar, Cuff It, I love Cuff It, Cozy, America Has a Problem, and Virgo's Groove. America Has a Problem is another one that I'm hearing a lot on TikTok, and I think Cuff It as well. Cuff It and America Has a Problem. Those two I'm hearing a lot as well, and I love Virgo's Groove. That one is amazing. I love how she named it after her zodiac sign. That's really cool. All in all, I would say, for me, this album was a solid, 9 out of 10 for me, definitely. I would give it 10 out of 10. It's just that there were just a couple songs I wasn't too crazy about, but the ones I loved were flawless, just perfect, amazing. And I like how I think it sort of changes sound throughout, so it starts off one way and then it ends a different way. So and there are certain songs that bleed into each other, which is really cool. I love when albums do that. One of my favorite albums that do that, and I've mentioned on this channel before, is Kissland by The Weeknd. That one has 4 songs that just bleed into each other, which is really cool. I love that. I love when the songs are connected. So for Renaissance, I think it's I'm That Girl bleeds into Cozy, which bleeds into Alien Superstar. I could be wrong. There might be others that also bleed into each other, but I know those 3, definitely the first 3. It's continuous. And I love that we're hearing a lot of house music and pop music and disco music coming back. I love that. Another album that we've seen that recently, semi-recently, was Drake's album, Honestly Nevermind. And I did a video on that Beyonce, her songs in this album in Renaissance, it's like, not only is it music that you can play like at a fashion show, or you can play it while you're getting ready to go somewhere, and you play it in the car, but it's also something you could play while you're working out too. It has enough momentum for you to listen to it during a heavy workout, so I love that. And I think the first one that I heard before I listened to the album, the one that was playing on the radio the most is Break My Soul. And obviously, like, I mean, come on. Like, the funny thing is, though, when I first heard it, like, it's grown on me since when I first heard it, and I just wasn't used to the sound. I wasn't used to such a vastly different sound from Beyonce. And she's done pop before. She's done dance music before, but not quite like this. I mean, I could be wrong, but this is heavy disco, heavy house music. And so hearing Break My Soul, I was like, oh, that's, on one hand, it sounded like something that she would release, and it sounded like something that was Beyonce. But on the other hand, it wasn't quite what I was expecting. I was expecting something different. I don't know why. I just was, but hearing it, I was like, okay, that's fun music, that's dance music, that's like have, go out and party type music. So, and it also has, I like how she incorporated an uplifting message as well in the song too. But yeah, I think it was a perfect song to release prior to releasing this album, because that song gets you ready for the vibe of the album. If we hadn't heard that song and she just dropped the album, obviously, I mean, it would have shocked everybody in a good way, in a positive way, of course, but it would have been like, whoa, like what? I had no idea that this is where she was going. But it was the perfect appetizer to the full course meal, is what I'm saying. Another funny thing is, I'm not a huge Beyonce fan. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a part of the Beehive or anything like that. Like, I'm not an obsessive, crazy fan. I do like a lot of her music, and I love the way Beyonce moves in general, like, in terms of the way she moves through life, the decisions and choices that she makes, and she stays really private and everything. I love that in her as a person. And she's extremely talented, but I've never been like a diehard crazy Beyonce fan. But this album, like, this is the album where I will be saving up to buy tickets to go to this concert, because I know it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. And I wanted to just mention another one of my favorite Beyonce songs of all time. Not on this album, but this is a song I actually discovered fairly recently. After Break My Soul came out, I kind of went through Beyonce's, albums, and went through and listened to a lot of her other music. And I stumbled upon a song that she released in, I forget what number album it was. Maybe it was her fourth album. Let me see. I think it was the one before Lemonade. Which Lemonade I respect a lot. I think, yeah, the album is called Beyoncé, I think. Is it? Yeah, it's a self-titled album, titled Beyoncé. Is her fifth album. Haunted. It's the same album that has Drunken Love as well, and Pretty Hurts. Haunted. Oh my god, I love that song. That's like my all-time like favorite Beyonce song ever. And I know that's like, what, really? But it's like 4 different songs in one, and it's melancholy, it's mysterious, it's dark. It just feels like something that you could imagine it being played as a soundtrack to a movie. It's so